Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. NITI Aayog's 11th Governing Council meeting, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, began today to deliberate on the government's approach for including human development with the goal to attain the vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047. The Prime Minister has in fact highlighted India continues to move forward on its growth trajectory with confidence and determination amid global uncertainty and instability. As India progresses towards achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat, the country's collective responsibility becomes even greater, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said while chairing the 11th meeting of the Governing Council of the NITI Aayog. The Prime Minister has emphasized that India has signed free trade agreements with many countries to create new opportunities for growth and exports. He said that India's demographic dividend is a historic opportunity that we cannot afford to lose. The Prime Minister said that women-led development is a cornerstone of the vision of Viksit Bharat. He said, and I'm quoting here, "Guided by the spirit of cooperative federalism, we are looking to work together to accelerate India's development journey. The collective efforts of the centre and the states will play a pivotal role in realizing our shared vision of Viksit Bharat." Now, the Council takes up the inclusive human development framework anchored around four core pillars, which is foundational human capital and future-ready skills, productive employment, entrepreneurship and decentralized growth, health, nutrition and well-being, and equity and dignity for all. Joining us on this broadcast is Mr. Harish Bijoor, who's the brand guru and founder of Harish Bijoor Consults. And I welcome you, sir, on this broadcast to discuss this. Thank you so much for your time and for speaking to NewsX. Mr. Bijoor, I want to obviously start off with how are you viewing this brand that our Prime Minister has in fact created for the country, which is Viksit Bharat 2047. Obviously, we are looking at something which is decades away, but how do we move towards it, sir?
Well, Prime Minister Modi has actually put together a goal, and I think a goal which says 2047 typically signifies 100 years of India. And I think that's a terrific goal to follow. And Viksit Bharat is certainly something all of us want. And I think this meeting has kicked off very well because you're really talking about getting together the central government, the NITI Aayog, and of course the chief ministers, lieutenant governors of the various states. That's really good because, you know, this is an era of cooperative federalism and must not become an era of combative federalism.
So obviously coordination is of utmost importance, but I want to understand, sir, one of the four pillars that was discussed today is future-ready skills. Historically, India has been branded globally as a cost-effective back-office IT hub. Now, what structural rebranding is required to pivot India's global image into becoming, you know, the premier capital for high-end innovation, for AI leadership, and also deep tech talent, sir?
You know, I have a contrarian viewpoint on this, which is to say that, you know, whenever we talk about future-ready skills, if you look at those three words in a phrase, we tend to think that these future-ready skills are only at the top of the pyramid. I don't look at it that way. I do believe future-ready skills for a locale like India lies at the bottom of the pyramid. Take, for instance, our entire focus on AI, quantum readiness, and anything that's related to technology and anything that's related to gig work of many, many kinds, and mind work. I think we should move away from that. That will anyway happen. The private sector is great at creating formats at this end. I think the government sector must focus at the bottom of the pyramid. And I do believe, and this is my request to Prime Minister Modi ji, to really focus on the bottom end. Because, you know, future-ready skills means the future, within 3 to 5 years, we're not going to have plumbers available in India itself. So imagine what's going to be the state of the world. Electricians, gas repairers, people who do service of different kinds. These areas are getting vacated. for people wanting better skills, engineering skills, etc. So I think the hands-on skills is also a future-ready skill. And I would definitely say each of our states have a big role to focus there. Otherwise, we're going to have starvation of skills to even run India, leave alone run the world. The beauty of it is we're such a big country. If we actually skill, we can export these skilled laborers outside, and they're going to be the new blue collar and white collar workers of the future. Because blue collar and white collar doesn't exist in air conditioned rooms anymore. It exists at the grassroots of actual hands on work. Because AI is going to replace a lot of people, and as those people get replaced, these skills are going to become very, very vital. So, future ready, definitely we must become.
That's a very pertinent point that you're raising, because even the NITI Aayog is pushing heavily for a decentralized growth, not just in cities but in villages. And I want to understand, how do we then build that strong individual economic identity for, say, for example, a tier 2 or a tier 3 city, so that they can evolve from just being feeder towns into more self-sustaining powerhouses, because we are looking at a Viksit Bharat, not just Viksit cities.
Absolutely. And when you say Bharat, it really means the hinterland of this country, where our real people live, and not the mind workers and the people who work with their brains and on computers. So I think a skilling mechanism can be established from the grassroots level up. We have got enough examples in tiny manners where people have been empowered to do all kinds of skills. But thus far we have focused a little bit on the cosmetic skills. I love handicrafts, but I say handicraft is a cosmetic skill. What is a non-cosmetic skill? Something that is the role of a person who comes to your doorstep to even sharpen a knife and give you a knife, because there aren't going to be enough knife sharpeners around. There are going to be electricians, as I said, and gas technicians, and everybody who are needed not only for India but for the whole world. Because we can become once again a very, very highly skilled India, wherein we do jobs which nobody else does in the world. This is how our our health inscription work, which we used to do, the medical inscription work that we used to do, transcription stuff, started that way. The whole world didn't want to do it, but we in India did it. So I think that's our edge. Let's not leave our hands-on edge and focus only on the mind edge. An infrastructure can actually be built, enough examples around.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time and
Thank
for
you.
speaking to
Thank you.
NewsX. Let me also introduce the other